All right, Saturday night, week one, college football, another blue blood matchup here in Columbus, Ohio, in the shoe. We got Ohio State taking on Notre Dame. You know, I know Notre Dame got ranked in the AP top 5. They're 17-point underdogs in Columbus, and seeing this total right at 59 at most places. Listen, I didn't necessarily beat the line on this. I saw 15 and a half, 16 earlier in the week. The reality of it is, do I think that taking, worse numbers than you could have gotten long term is a good strategy? No. Am I going to let 1 point deter me off of playing Ohio State here? No. I think Notre Dame is the most overrated team in the country. I talked about this here on the channel. I think they're a high floor team. I see little to no way that they have a disastrous 6-6 type of season. With the way they're built on the offensive line, I think they'll have a pretty good defense as well. Got a guy like Michael Mayer as a good safety net for a young quarterback. I'm not saying they're going to have a bad year, but they are not a top 5 team. They might not be a top 15 team, if we're being quite honest. Tyler Buckner is another guy that's just totally unproven. If you're going to beat Ohio State, you got to have an elite offense. And Buckner is a guy that, while he might get better from a year ago, this is a total mismatch. I mean, Buckner was below 60% last year, 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Did show some acumen in that vertical passing game, but like I said, you're going to have to score at an elite clip to staying in a game with Ohio State in Columbus. And I don't think it's all on Buckner. This running game was just not great last year. Neither one of their running backs who are back this year were over 5 yards per carry. Chris Tyree was actually only at 4.1 yards per carry. So this is not a difference-making run game. I'm interested to see how much they utilize that. And I mentioned Michael Mayer could be the best tight end in the country. I think him and Brock Bowers could have a nice arm wrestle over that. But this is not a very good receiving core at Notre Dame either. So I think the floor of this offense is high with the offensive line. Listen, most of the time, I do think Buckner is going to be fine throughout the course of the year, but this is not going to be some high-scoring offense. For as low as Ohio State got at times defensively last year, I really feel like a lot of that was coaching. I mean, if you watch that Oregon game from a year ago, early in the season, I mean, they were giving up walk-in touchdowns. Kerry Combs was obviously let go or demoted after that game. We saw their defense improve. It kind of happened again against Michigan, where they just got out coached on that side of the ball. Bringing in Jim Knowles from Oklahoma State, it's almost a certainty that if Ohio State's going to get beat, they're going to get beat because somebody's better than them. I think Jim Knowles will make an instant impact on this Ohio State defense because at the very least, guys are going to be where they need to be, which was not a certainty a year ago. And just with my I'm just lower on Notre Dame and their ceiling offensively than most. So I think Ohio State will be able to get stops in this one. I don't think I really need to go through Ohio State's offense because C.J. Stroud very well may win the Heisman this year. I mean, 71% through the air, 9.8 yards per attempt, 38 touchdowns to 5 picks. He had a phenomenal first year. Very well may win the Heisman this year. Like I said, Travion Henderson is a true difference-making back. Could develop into one of the best backs in the country. Oh, and then you got JSN, who is the best receiver in college football. You got the development of Marvin Harrison Jr. and Fleming, guys like that. This is going to be an elite offense. It should be the number 1 scoring offense in the country. I also lean towards the Ohio State team total over. Think this is a team that could put up 40 on anybody. You should be getting this team total under 40. They haven't exactly released that yet. Team totals get released closer to Saturday, but just given where the spread and total are at, that should get this around 38.5. And the one thing too, Marcus Freeman is an unproven coach. Totally unproven coach. If last year's Fiesta Bowl was any indication, he's got ways to go as an in-game coach because they totally threw that game in the garbage. So Freeman is recruited well, and I get that. The future of Notre Dame football very well may be brighter than it was at this time last year. The reality of it is, though, this is a unicorn type of matchup. I am going to lay the 17 with Ohio State. It'll be a full 1-unit play for me. I plan on having my entire week 1 card out by Thursday. So if you do want to be certain what I am on officially, follow me on Twitter at Fordham Betting. I actually released 4 best bets on Tuesday night, 3 of those being multi-unit plays. So I will leave the link to those write-ups in the description. We started off this college football season with a 1-0 week 0. We had Illinois minus the 10.5. That was a 1.5 unit winner. Last year in college football, hit at a 55% clip, netted over 27 units. Feel even better about how I'm going to do this year. You can also see all the other week one game breakdowns. If you go to playlists here on the channel, it'll say week one previews and predictions. Click that. I'll have all of the other video breakdowns that I'm going to do in that playlist. And just one more thing, I said it off the top. I know Notre Dame defensively, is going to have their moments this year. There ain't much they got on that side of the ball to where I'm going to be scared to play against them. I mean, this is going to be the best offense in college football with Ohio State. I'm going to lay the 17 with the Buckeyes. Don't think this one's even close.